Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. I'm Miyu. I am a coach who specializes in women's emotional wellness. This channel is all about helping you fall in love with yourself and your life so you can wake up in the morning excited and energized. Notice the beautiful things that your life offers and attract what you desire and go to sleep at night happy and peaceful. In each video, I answer one question I receive from people and occasionally share some content that I think might be helpful. So with that out of the way, let's get into today's video. Okay, so about a month ago, I posted a video on TikTok about 6 signs that you are getting better mentally, and one of the signs was about self-care. And I got this comment. Can you please give examples of proper self-care aside from natural hygiene, grooming, and rest? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So first of all, I want to tell you that there is no proper or right way to do self-care. But it's totally understandable that you think about self-care that way. Because you constantly hear and see different advice for self-care. You're told to meditate, take a long bath, and purchase new products. Although most of this advice is well intentioned, it not only overwhelms you but also makes you think that is the right and only way to practice self-care. And because of that, self-care tends to fall to the bottom of your to-do list. But the truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all way to practice self-care, and what works for other people doesn't mean it works for you. So what can you do? First, you have to change how you think about self-care. By changing your assumptions about self-care, you can find an approach that works for you. So here are 3 tools that can help. Number 1, define self-care on your terms. Because we get plenty of self-care advice, most of us are operating with a set of assumptions about what wellness should look like. But only you can determine what your mind, body, and spirit need to thrive. Maybe you like to watch reality TV to unwind at the end of the day. Maybe you want to find a therapist to support you, or maybe you want to take a break from social media on weekends. So to figure out what you need, start by simply noticing when you feel invigorated and when you feel drained. Look for patterns. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel overwhelmed or anxious? And then begin creating your own understanding of what self-care looks like. So let's move on to the second tool. That is, check for all or nothing thinking. Notice how you think about making time for yourself. Do you assume that you need to overhaul your lifestyle completely? You might be surprised at the number of people I work with who think that they need to go overnight from not taking care of themselves at all to meditating, eating healthy, and working out every day. They think that the idea of doing anything less than a total life transformation is unacceptable and it's otherwise not worth their time and energy. So if this resonates with you, notice whether you are engaging in all or nothing thinking. And from there, you can start exploring small and doable changes. If you want to start eating healthy, first think about what you can do to improve your eating habits, like 10%. Maybe you mindfully eat vegetables once a week. And once you get the hang of it, you can add more days. Make it 2 days and 3 days. If you take some time to do this process, it will be much easier to know what works and what doesn't. Okay, so let's move on to the third tool. That is, challenge the assumption about self-care. One of the reasons why self-care tends to fall to the bottom of to-do lists is that people have the assumption that prioritizing wellness is something that we're supposed to do separately from other parts of our lives. But the truth is, the most sustainable self-care solutions often come from bringing the different part of our lives together. So think about what kind of self-care practice could be used to enrich the other parts of your life, like your career, family time, friendships, or community. By changing the way you think about self-care, you can make shifts that bring you greater peace and energy and joy and create harmony among the different parts of your life. Okay, so by now you probably have a better understanding of what to do to find self-care practice that works for you. But before I finish this video, I want to quickly share some self-care ideas so you can pick and choose the ones that interest you. So there are actually 6 types of self-care. 1. Physical self-care, which is the most well-known one. And 2. Emotional self-care. And 3. Practical self-care. 4. Mental self-care. 5. Social self-care. And 6. Spiritual self-care. So let's go over each self-care. Number 1, the most common self-care, physical self-care. It's doing activities that improve the well-being of your physical health, such as taking a walk, sleeping 8 hours a day, or eating healthy. Number 2, emotional self-care. Emotional self-care is doing activities that help you connect, process, and reflect on full range of emotions, such as seeing a therapist, writing a journal, or playing music. Number 3, practical self-care. Practical self-care is completing tasks that fulfill core aspects of your life in order to prevent future stressful situations, such as creating a budget, taking professional development classes, or organizing your closet. Number 4, mental self-care. Mental self-care is doing any activities that stimulate your mind or your intellect, such as reading a book, solving a puzzle, or going to a museum. Number 5, social self-care. Social self-care is doing activities that nurture and deepen the relationship with people in your life, such as having lunch with your friends, going on a date, or making time to call your mom. And the last but not least is number 6, spiritual self-care. Spiritual self-care is doing activities that nurture your spirit and allow you to think bigger than yourself, such as meditation, yoga, going to a place of worship, or being in nature. Spiritual self-care doesn't have to be religious, so follow whatever you believe. So that's it. If you want to ask me any questions about emotional wellness, self-love, self-care, anything like that, you can find the form in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye!